the back. See what's up over here.
Somebody's in the middle. Somebody's in this room.
You say you don't know. I say, take me out.
He's pushing.
Somebody's on the bomb.
Yeah, I was chasing him the whole fucking time.
You both worse. Oh, I see.
Enemies eliminated. Great work.
What is going on, everyone? Griffin here, coming at you with some Umbra gameplay, and today we're going to talk about the weapon balance changes that came with the Rogue Rising update. So let's head over and check it out. So Rogue Rising update come out whenever they did the live stream, like a week or two after they actually released the new season. They said that there wasn't going to be any balance changes at that particular moment because they were still trying to gather feedback from the game, from players and everything to see what they needed to adjust. Then they never released the balance changes like at all until the update come out. So now we're covering the update. So here we go, guys. So the objection, the max accuracy loss changed from 0.45 to 0.55. The Riptide headshot damage has been changed from 28 to 32. The SLC base fall off changed from 10.5 meters to 12.5 meters. The Bishop headshot damage has been changed from 38 to 40. Body shot damage changed from 27 to 30. Base fall off 1 range changed from 16 meters to 20 meters. Base fall off 2 range changed from 26 meters to 30 meters. The level 3 fall off 1 changed from 20 meters to 24 meters. And the level 3 fall off 2 changed from 30 meters to 34 meters. The Devotion got a fire rate increase from 2.22 to 2.5. And the level 3 fire rate changed from 2.5 to 2.67. And the HRM 30K fire rate was increased from 6.06 to 6.33. The base vertical kick minimum changed from 0.8 to 0.75, and the base vertical max changed from 0.85 to 0.8. So we got some really interesting weapon changes here. So the objection, the max accuracy loss changed from 0.4 to 0.5, so or 0.04 to 0.05. So this should, I don't know how it scales, if it's up or down. So this will either make it a little bit more accurate or a little bit less accurate. I don't know. I haven't tested it out. This is something that we're going to have to play with. The Riptide headshot damage changed from 28 to 32. So the Riptide to me is like the worst assault rifle in the game right now. It really doesn't offer any benefits to using it that any of the other weapons don't already provide you, and they provide them to you better. So the Riptide did need a change. I don't know if the headshot damage is that change that it needed, but it does feel a little bit better playing it, but not like, wow, this is the new meta. It just feels like it's a little bit more in line with the other assault rifles, but it's just still not quite there. The SLC base fall off changed from 10.5 to 12.5. So this is a weapon that I've been playing with a little bit here lately, even before this update, because I'm trying to master it. That previous fall off that was there felt so bad. Like, it was absolutely terrible. As soon as you get any distance away from someone, you're basically throwing rocks at them. It felt like you was using the objection at longer ranges. Finally, they did something, and this weapon actually feels like it's not the meta. It's like the Riptide. It falls in that same line. It's not the meta. It's not going to be considered a meta weapon, but it does feel better than it did before. I still think that it needs something else to bring it up just a little bit. The Bishop got all the changes. So damage, fall off ranges, etc. This is a weapon that finally feels like it's DMR. For the longest time, the Bishop felt like it wasn't a DMR. Once they hit it with the hard nerfs, when it first came out, it was fine. It was perfect. I think they should have left it where it was there and then let people learn to play around it. But they hit it with hard nerfs. It felt like it became completely unusable. It felt like it was completely unplayable. But now we're finally getting back up to a position to where it feels like it's a little bit more viable to use now, in my opinion. The Devotion, they increase the fire rate. They keep doing this to this weapon, and to me, this weapon needs to be taken back to the drawing board and needs to be completely rebalanced. I know that there's some people out there that are really good with the Devotion. I know that there's people out there that are really good with the Devotion coupled with the perk that allows you to get headshots that do more damage. I know that that exists. I know from my play style, from my perspective, the Devotion just doesn't do what the Devotion needs to do whenever you're in a gunfight. It needs to be taken back, in my opinion, to the drawing board, and they need to actually look at what this weapon needs to accomplish when you're using it. Whether it be a 2-hit down from all ranges with a slower fire rate, whether it be something that fires a little bit faster that does a little bit less damage, it feels like they're doing everything they can to make this weapon viable, and none of it to me seems to be working. You don't have people in competitive picking it up to use it. They're prioritizing other DMRs over this, specifically the D3DI or the MXR. Probably the Bishop now, if I had to guess. You don't see anybody realistically in like public matches or in ranked matches running this except for a one-off person here and there. And it's one of those ideas. It's like, why would you pick the Devotion when you have a pistol that can more or less do the same thing that the Devotion does? It's kind of like the idea of the MXR versus the Executioner. Like, why pick the MXR when your secondary is the Executioner that does the same thing that the MXR does, but it fires a little bit faster? It's a little, you know, there's benefits to each one of them, of course, right? And this is what this feels like. The MXR finally feels like it's a weapon worth using. It finally feels like it's where it needs to be right now. It doesn't feel like it's competing specifically with a pistol. It feels like the Devotion, they need to do something similar. Whether they change up Dallas's pistol to make it, you know, more damage or less damage, a little bit higher fire rate, and then they make the Devotion be something that is like a little bit more slow and methodical to use. Whatever they need to do, they need to figure it out, because the Devotion feels like you're using Dallas's pistol. That's just how it is. That's just my opinions on it, and I think that there's something better that they could do with it. The HRM, them actually increasing the fire rate doesn't make any sense to me, because this did feel like a very slow shooting assault rifle that was very methodical to use, but it had that, one body shot, 2 headshot down. That's the optimal TTK that they have that weapon slotted in at. And to me, it felt like it excelled in that optimal TTK, especially if you were really calm, really patient, and you knew how to use the weapon. Now it feels like they're increasing the fire rate so that you can win more up close engagements, but I never felt like that was a problem. So I'm not really sure why they're making these changes, unless they're thinking like, hey, this is going to be brought up in the competitive scene. I don't think that's going to happen. I still think the Sahara and the KA-30 are going to be prioritized over the HRM 30K, but I would really like to see that happen, because it is a great weapon. It is a very undervalued weapon in a lot of situations. So we'll actually see what comes of that. But those are my thoughts on the weapons changes. Be sure to let me know what you think in the comments down below. Also, be sure to check that description for links to Facebook, Discord, and Twitter. Those are the places to contact me. And if you haven't already, please be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Also, on Thursdays from 8 p.m. until 11 p.m. Central Time, we will be streaming Rogue Company here on YouTube if everything is fine, if life doesn't get in the way. And then on Sundays from 10 a.m. until we get tired, my wife and I will be doing a We Play series as long as life doesn't get in the way. So please feel free to stop by and say hello there. Thanks for watching, guys.
One behind me.
Disarm it.
There's one shot behind you.
Do not fail me again.
I got him.
Primary system back online.
Let's see how they handle this.
What?
Get up. Do something useful.
I'm getting my chair out.
Primary system back online. Nice work, team. Checks in the mail.
Y'all pop a squad, I'll cook us up something. Throw me some of those
Thanks, man.
pieces.
Y'all right up there, Animal? Hell yeah, Dirt Lord coming in fucking slick close behind. You know what I'm saying? And Garbo got more damage than me. Hell yeah.
Stopping too. That made me feel good.
Yeah, for real, dude. Fuck yeah.
Or he tried.
You got, dude, you got either two plants or 2 diffuses. It just says bombs. I don't know what that means, but
I planted and diffused.
hell fuck yeah.
Diffusing.
Jar Jar just got banked.